Hey, welcome back, treasure hunters. So over the last week, I've had my most profitable sale since I've been doing this. I want to share with you what I sold, where I got it, and how much profit I made off that item. Plus, I wanted to share the rest of the items that I sold over the last week or two. But before I do that, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and click that bell so you get notifications when I post new videos. If you want to see the profit that I made over the last couple weeks, just keep watching. I'm going to run through my Etsy sales over the last couple weeks first, and then I have some eBay sales also. First thing here that I sold is a mid-century Empoli art glass decanter. This is hand-blown, handmade in Italy. It's got, Empoli comes in numerous styles or designs associated with them. This is a hobnail design. And you can see because of these little dots here that are stretched up the neck. They also have, I think I showed in a couple videos ago, like the diamond optic style also. But this is an amethyst, which is a purplish color. And this decanter is in really good shape. Here's the stopper on the top. And I knew this was Empoli, one, because of the style, and two, because of this older made in Italy sticker. So I bought this one for, I think it was $4.99, and I sold it for $75 and also got a 5-star review. Next item I sold is this piece of studio pottery by a well-known artist, Tony Evans. I believe he worked out of California and used Reiku. He does a lot of Reiku pottery, and that's just the way the pottery is fired, I believe. I'm not an expert in how all the different pottery is made, but I believe it's the way it's fired or created. So I got this. I did some research because he's done pottery for a long time, and a lot of this type of work, I guess he did in the 70s. But it's like an abstract, freeform vase, and it has a pretty cool glaze with, multiple cooler colors, like a light blue, purple. Here's the top. It was in great condition. There was no damage to it, and Tony Evans has a very recognizable signature. Most of his work comes with a number, I guess, associated with the style or something, I'm pretty sure. So I picked this one up for a couple bucks. I think it was like $3, and I sold this for $110. The next thing I sold is this set of 3 candlesticks. I believe these are pewter, and they were made by Patrick Meyer, and they kind of have like an abstract, brutalist, gothic feel to them. And all of these were priced differently based on the size. So the biggest one here in the middle was, I think that one was $5, $4 and $3, or it was $4, $3 and $2. I can't remember exactly. But the tallest one was about a foot tall, and then 9, and then 5.5 inches. And all of these were marked in the bottom with Patrick Meyer's stamp. Anytime I've actually had really good profits off some of these stranger looking candlesticks. So anytime I see candlesticks that aren't the normal, like just, brass or whatever metal candlesticks that just seem you see them in every thrift store. These ones were definitely unique looking. And anytime this stuff's actually marked with some kind of designer, if you can figure out who the designer is, then they're probably going to be worth what you're going to pay for them to resell. So at least that's, from my experience, is what I've seen. I bought those at a Goodwill and sold the entire set for $100. So here's my next sale. This is a limited edition lithograph by Derimages. and it is a print of Oriole Park, Camden Yards. And then I got this one because it was only $1.99 or $2.99, and a lot of times I've noticed with artwork that isn't in a frame but is matted, and this had like saran wrap all around it, but I see a lot too where they're matted or just, you know, with a cardboard backing to keep them so they don't bend, but they're in like a plastic sleeve. Those are usually very inexpensive, and sometimes those can be from, you know, a collectible artist and could be worth a good amount of money. Nothing crazy, but definitely worth like a couple bucks. You'll probably pay for them. But this is very well done. It's very detailed. Here's a close-up. So any baseball fan, or definitely Baltimore Oriole fan, this would be a great piece for a room or office or a gift for them. It's titled here and numbered 155 out of 1250 in pencil, and also signed here by the artist in pencil. And this was done in 92. So this one was super easy to ship, and I got this for a couple bucks, and I sold it for 60. You know, again, this was very easy to ship because there's no weight to it. I just had to make sure that I packaged it well enough so it didn't get bent or creased during shipping. So here's the next thing I sold, and my wife always makes fun of me when I bring home these wooden sculptured animals, but I have really good luck selling them. So anytime I find a wood carved animal or sculpture that is in good condition and is detailed and not just one of those kind of touristy things you'll see like from the Bahamas or Jamaica or something, or even Africa or wherever, China. I mean, they all have these different types of figures, like wood figures. But this is pretty detailed and unique. I'd never seen like a turtle like this. And it was 11 inches long from his nose to his tail, so, you know, it's not a real small sculpture or anything. But this was only, I think, $4 or $5, and it is really well done. It's got a protective coating over it, and nothing was repaired or cracked or, you know, broken. And I got this at a Goodwill, and I ended up selling it for $55. So still a good profit on that. The uniquer the animal too. I mean, I've sold all sorts of like birds. I've sold ducks. I've sold an eagle, other, you know, carved wood like busts and abstract things and stuff. So I think that folk art feel, people like that, and it's pretty unique since, you know, everyone's going to be a little different. So I always check those wood sculptures out because they tend to make a decent profit. The last piece I sold on Etsy over the last couple weeks was the last of my Jack Hudson tribal. I think these are silk screens, but I got these a while ago from a Goodwill, and there were actually 4 of them stacked together. They were $3 each, and 2 of them had this red background, and 2 of them had like you know, a bluish, lighter bluish background, and they were all in the same style frame. This one was an eagle. They also had a raven, a killer whale, and a wolf chief. I sold all of them separately over time. This was the last one that I had. It is signed and titled here in pencil. And he's a pretty well-known, you know, native. He did a lot of Native American, tribal, West Coast, Northwest Coast, I guess you call it, artwork in this style. So I picked this up for $3, and I think I sold all of them for the same price. Yeah, it was $125, but I was running a coupon, so it was 10% off. So it was $112.50. Let's move on to my eBay sales. First, and don't forget, at the end of this, I did have my biggest sale yet doing this on, I sold it on eBay, the item. So I'll show you that at the end. But here's the first item, and I think this might have been in one of my earlier videos. This is just an antique Austrian porcelain dish, and this caught my eye just because you don't see dishes like this too often. This one has, 3 legs. Wasn't entirely big, but the nice thing about it is hand painted, and it's painted really well. You can see the detail, especially around the edge, and then in the center here of this couple sitting off in, I don't know, a meadow or something. Didn't have a mark, so I did have to turn to one of my antique identification Facebook groups to see if anybody could ID it, and they said it was Austrian. Not exactly sure what company made it, but it was in really good condition for, the age. A lot of times I would think just over time that possibly, one of the legs gets broken off or something gets cracked, or a lot of times too with these hand painted porcelain dishes, the painting, like the paint will get rubbed off pretty bad, and it just kind of turns into somewhat of a scene instead of being able to tell what it really is. So I picked this up at a Goodwill for $3 and sold it for $100. And I think that I had this listed for a little higher. Maybe they offered me $100 for it, and I just took it because I had it for, probably like 4 months or something, and that's good enough profit for me for this piece. Here's the next thing I sold. It's this piece of studio pottery by master potter Mutsuo Yanagihara, Japanese potter. And this is mid-century modern style, just kind of a round vase, but it's extremely well made and has a real nice look to it. This is his signature, and I did turn to a Facebook group to ID this signature because I had no idea. I just knew that, this grabbed my attention just due to the quality of it, and it did look a little older, but it's very well made. And I paid $2.99 for this at a Salvation Army, and I've had it for quite a while. I had it listed for a lot more to start. I couldn't find any of his work that was kind of just a simple vase like this. A lot of the work that I found at auction were, it was priced high, but it was very complicated things like vases, or, just a lot more ornate than, just a round vase like this. So I kept knocking the price down over time. Since I had this for over a year, probably, I just ended up, I think somebody offered me $125, and I just took it because, again, that's real good profit. And studio pottery can be difficult to sell, especially if it's by a very well-known potter, just because, people that may like the vase may not even know who this potter is. They may just like the look of the vase but not want to pay $125 for it, or $250 or whatever it was listed for. So that was a good find and a good sale. Next thing I sold here was just a Troy Polamalu Steelers Reebok jersey, size large. I got this for like $5 at a Salvation Army. And at the time of purchase, I actually thought I could sell it for more, around $40 or $60. When I looked at eBay, that's where the prices were. And then I did more research and found that there were a lot more for, around $20 to $25. So I think I had this listed for $25. It's in really good condition. One thing you have to watch with these jerseys, if they don't have the numbers sewn on, is a lot of times the numbers will crack or start peeling off. But this is in really good condition. It looks like it was rarely ever worn. So I had this listed for like $25, and somebody offered me $20 for it. So I just took it, and I did have shipping in here, which, saved me that. But these are very easy to ship. They only cost like $3 or $4 to ship. So just a quick sale. I only had this for like a month. And last but not least, here is my number one sale that I've made so far. I got this piece. It probably looks familiar if you saw my estate auction video. This is the painting that I purchased from that auction. It's a mid-century Leonardo Neerman abstract painting, and I picked this up. My winning bid was $100. I actually sold it for $1,400, not $1,500. Somebody offered me $1,400, and I took it. But this was a really beautiful painting, extremely well done, and I was happy with $1,400. I did see a number of his pieces listed for a lot more, but they were just listed for that. All the auction results that I actually saw, like pieces of his that actually sold, were around $1,400, and then there was another one for $1,700, but those were both done from an auction house, and selling it for $1,400 on eBay is actually more beneficial to me. One, I did charge shipping for this, so I didn't have to pay for shipping to come out of the profits. And also, those auction houses generally charge 20 or 25% of your sale value. So that would have knocked down the actual profit that I made quite a bit too. So eBay does take a fee, but the fee is nowhere near 20% or 25%. So this was an excellent sale. I actually really like this painting. It's just great painting of, it kind of reminds me of a sun setting behind clouds. I'm not really sure if that is what it was meant to be, but that's kind of what it reminds me of. So in total, I paid $100 and I got $1,400 for this minus the fees and stuff. So it'll probably net me around $1,200 and something total. I'm not exactly sure, but $1,200 to $1,300. Really happy with that, and I will continue to search estate auctions because often you'll be able to find deals like this on pieces that, you know, just aren't identified. And if you do a little research on your own, you can identify the artist and turn that around into some really great profit. Well, that's all I got for you guys today. As always, thank you so much for watching. Do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Click that bell so you get those notifications. Really helps me out. Also, I want to know if you guys are out there treasure hunting. I want to know what you guys find or any profitable items that you sold. So if you're out there treasure hunting and you find some good stuff, shoot me a message or leave a comment below. I'd love to hear about it. If you have any questions, do the same, and I'll try to cover them in a video. Thanks for watching. I'll be back soon. I got a whole bunch of thrift store finds that I want to share. So until then, good luck out there treasure hunting.